Hi, and welcome back to another episode in the series of 1,000 Evidences for the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. In this one, number 163, we will be talking about whether or not the LDS Church leaders require blind obedience from the members. Critics have characterized some leaders as being dictatorial and dogmatic, demanding unquestioned obedience from church members. However, the leaders of the church have never done so, always encouraging individual accountability in gaining their own testimony. The following statements are a few of the many that clarify the position of the church. Joseph Smith said, "I teach them," the LDS people, "I teach them the correct principles and let them govern themselves." Brigham Young said, "I am more afraid that this people have so much confidence in their leaders that they will not inquire for themselves of God whether they are led by him. I am fearful that they settle down in a state of blind self-security, trusting their eternal destiny in the hands of their leaders, with a reckless confidence that in itself would thwart the purposes of God in their salvation." That's from Journal of Discourses, Volume 19, page 150. See also Volume 8, page 59, and Volume 13, page 171 for similar statements. Joseph F. Smith said, "We talk of obedience, but do we require any man or woman to ignorantly obey the counsels that are given? Do the First Presidency require it? No, never. What do they desire? That we may have our minds open and our understanding enlarged, that we may comprehend all the true principles for ourselves." That's from Journal of Discourses, Volume 16, page 248. George Q. Cannon said, he was one of the apostles, "The Lord has set him, the prophet, to guide and to lead the people blindly without knowing themselves whether they are going? No, certainly not." Journal of Discourses, Volume 18, page 256. Charles W. Penrose, another apostle, said, "We are accused of following our leaders in blind obedience. There is no such thing in the gospel. We have in our midst those who give us the word of the Lord in a church capacity, but it is our privilege to have thus this same light for themselves." Journal of Discourses, Volume 21, page 89 and 90. Another apostle, John A. Widsoe, said, "Blind obedience is repugnant to Latter-day Saints, but necessarily there may be times when those of less experience rest their judgment temporarily on the advice of men of wider knowledge and longer experience. Such obedience soon blossoms into full understanding." This is from Program of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, Salt Lake City, Department of Education, 1937, pages 215. Former president of the church, Harold B. Lee, said, "It is not to be thought that every word spoken by general authorities is inspired, or that they are moved upon by the Holy Ghost in everything they speak and write." Now, you keep that in mind. If he writes something or speaks something that goes beyond anything that you can find in the standard works, you may immediately say, well, that is his own idea. And if he says something that contradicts what is found in the standard works, I think that is why we call them standard. It is the standard measure of all that men teach. You may know by that same token that it is false, regardless of the position of the man who says it. That's from Harold B. Lee, The Place of the Living Prophet, Seer, and Revelator. Addressed to Seminary Institute of Religion faculty, BYU, July 18, 1964. Apostle Boyd K. Packer said, "Those who talk of blind obedience do not understand the doctrines of the gospel. There is an obedience that comes from a knowledge of the truth that transcends any external form of control. We are not obedient because we are blind. We are obedient because we can see. That's from Church News, number 20, April 1991, page 14. We could quote many more statements, but these statements we have presented should be more than enough to clearly demonstrate that the LDS Church leaders do not require blind obedience. In fact, instructors, quorum, and auxiliary leaders and bishops have spent many hours answering questions and resolving concerns. Ironically, there is much controlling dogmatism in the religious views of the critics of the church. We have much more to discuss in upcoming episodes. Don't miss any of them. And remember, call, don't fall. Call on the God of love and unity. Don't fall for those who shout and cry out in attempts to control the lives of Latter-day Saints.